guys, and welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you are a returning viewer. I know I usually come in here with the finished look in the beginning, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this is one of those installs that wasn't my favorite and wasn't my best work, but I will explain why. So you guys, this isn't really a tutorial. This is more like a watch me install this wig. And of course, I'm always going to show you guys tips and tricks. That's why I still showed you guys and filmed and edited this video for you guys. So yeah, let's get straight into it. As you guys can see, I already did my bald cap. I'm using my Hold Me Down Erica J glue, and I'm just basically spreading this all around the cap and then smoothing it out and spreading it all around my skin with this popsicle stick that I have here. And I'm going to continue this until it is dry. And for most of these layers that I did, which I did 4, I didn't use a blow dryer because it dries, or it did dry very fast for me. But on the last layer, I did go ahead and use a blow dryer. But as you guys can see, that is dry with no blow drying, and it was very tacky, which is how it should be. But yeah, you guys, I'm just dotting this glue and then going to be spreading it out once more. This was my last layer. I didn't show you guys the full process of the glue because it's tedious. So yeah, this was the last layer of glue that I did, and yeah, this is what it looks like when I'm doing this. And up close, this is what it should look like, you guys. You feel me? Nice and clear glue. Clear glue, nice and tacky and dry. You do not want it to be white at all. So now I am pulling the wig down, and the reason why, well, one of the reasons why the install wasn't perfect in my eyes and just like period is I put it far too down on my hairline, and with that the hairline was already plucked too much. I don't know what was up with this unit specifically, but when I bleached the knots, like, it was a lot of hair coming out, so when I was plucking it, that did not help at all. Like, it was giving bald. So I had to finesse this, you guys. And then on top of that, this lace space, like, before I cut it around my ear tabs, it was very long. So like when I plucked it, it wasn't according to my hairline. It was way longer, and I cut way too much, but I plucked it entirely too much and not in a format of my hairline, if that makes sense, because it was too much lace. Not too much lace, but too much for me to understand where to pluck at. You know what I'm saying? Because I ended up cutting off a lot of the ear tabs. But now, you guys, now that it is wrapped up, I am hot combing this hair to get it nice and flat. I tried to do a deep side part, but like I said, this was another reason why this install didn't really work out for me, because I over plucked it, one, because I was trying to make it a deep side part when this lace wasn't long enough for that, or this parting space wasn't big enough for that, and I put the part right where the track started, so it made this hair look bulky and bulkier than it should have been, like, at all. But nonetheless, it still turned out good. Like, I'm talking all this shit like, oh, this was so bad, but it still came out looking good, and that's why I'm still showing you guys this, because we all make mistakes. But yeah, y'all, the band is off. I'm cutting around this and using my eyebrow razor to cut off the lace, as you guys can see here. I had to take me a little smoke break because this install was stressing me out, you guys. But now that I am back, I added some makeup to this lace to make it look better because it wasn't blending into my skin as well as it could have. So I was using my RD 1-5 cream foundation, and I was using the darker shade, and now I'm taking the Wig Dealer melting spray, and I'm spraying that across the lace and smoothing that out with my finger and rubbing it in. And as you guys can see, I'm not using a whole lot of it. I'm just using it in the spaces that it is needed, okay? I usually pull out the baby hairs first before I spray it down and tie back up, but I see people do this method and it actually worked wonders for me. It did melt the lace a lot more, and it did look really good, okay? But I'm taking my Kara wax stick and I'm putting that over where I have my part, and I'm getting this as flat as I can. Well, not as flat as I can. It was really as flat as I wanted it to get. But yeah, you guys, I'm just smoothing this hair out repeatedly until it is as flat as, you know, to my liking. As you can see, it's looking a lot more melted. It's looking better. It's looking more seamless. So now I'm going to get started on my baby hairs. And yeah, I'm going to be pulling them out. I wanted them to swoop into each other like how I do my deep side parts of my straight wigs. So yeah, you guys, just make sure you guys do this on a wig that has a deep parting space, or at least 13x4 parting space that's deeper instead of a 13x6 if you don't want to go that route, because yeah, you don't want to do it right where the track starts, because yeah, it looked very bumpy. But nevertheless, you guys, I'm just straightening out my baby hairs in this hairline a little bit before I go in and wrap it up. So I decided to go ahead and comb out this hair so it can give a nice wet look and dry really pretty, and add some juicy curls to this hair, you know what I mean, because this is a water wave unit. So I'm spraying around the hair now that it is poofed out and I got that texture taken away, and I'm going to be using my Auntie Jackie's Flawless Pattern Perfecting Pudding today, and putting that throughout the hair. I didn't want to use a lot because that weighs down hair and that is not a good look, but I wanted to show you guys, well, I didn't want to show you guys up close, but you guys happened to see this up close because I needed to stand up to see what I was doing. But I'm using a Denman brush and I'm just scrunching up the curls and brushing them out to give it a texture, a pretty texture once it is nice and dry. But yeah, I'm going to be repeating the same thing on this side. So I have cut my baby hairs and now I am curling them upwards, and I like to do it in 2 separate sections, sometimes 3. And yeah, I'm going to try to make the best of this. I didn't know how these baby hairs was going to come out, you guys. I really didn't, and I wasn't expecting to do what I had to do. But yeah, so I'm using my Got To Be glue gel, and I am going to be putting that on the hairline as well as on the hairs to get it all swooped into each other. But while I was doing this, I realized that the baby hairs was looking thin as fuck, and I was really distraught about it. I didn't know what to do, but I kept trying. I was probably doing my baby hairs for maybe 30 minutes straight, trying to get this to look cohesive and to get swooped into each other. As you guys can see, I was stressed out. But yeah, you guys, I didn't give up, but I was like, let me just move on and do something different and just put this to the side. So here's me using my RD11 Cream Foundation by Ruby Kisses and this angled brush and getting this part somewhat together. I'm using this black hair dye spray, and I sprayed it on my edges. I'm like, let me just try this to see if it works. And it actually did work, because I went over it, then I blow dried it, and it started to look a little realistic. I mean, if it was to be up close and really close to me, you would be able to tell that it was black spray on my hairline. But yeah, I don't think anybody was that close to me. But here I'm just doing the finishing touches using Tresemme holding spray and a blow dryer as well as a hot comb to get this hair looking pressed out and clean. Trying to get this to look as clean as possible, because yeah. So this is how it came out, the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys got something from this, because we all make mistakes and not all of our installs are going to be our best, okay? But persevere. Check the description box for all the information on this hair, because it was very pretty, as you guys can see. And I'll see you guys in my next one.